example will focus on the structural stiffness. Okay? So pag sinabi nating structural stiffness, no, that refers to the dimension and its ability or behavior when it is subjected to sway. Okay? So in general, the structural stiffness can be defined as the force or moment that result in a unit displacement, or the common relation is that it is equal to the ratio of the force or moment to the displacement. So let's say, for example, no, or in particular, the stiffness or the K that represent stiffness is simply equal doon sa force daw or moment over dun sa displacement. And this samples, yung U natin dito, no, that refers to the displacement na produce due to this way of earthquake, due to the ground motion, and that particular displacement is mas kilala natin sa structural na deflection, okay? Or deformation. For this sample, no, you will see the skeletal system of the structure where exposed yung dimension ng mga column. Okay? So, one of the major structural elements, no, na maaapektuhan when we talk sa stiffness dahil siya yung major carrier na sasayaw kapag ka nagkaroon ng seismic. So, the behavior is parang ganito. Meron tayong module 1, 2, and 3. So, noong kayo ay gumawa ng competence, no? So, pwede nyo rin pong ipa-animate yung inyong mga model through STAAD and ETABS para makita ninyo kung paano yung paggalaw ng 1, 2, at saka ng 3. Okay? So, this module will cover on how to calculate, no, or interpret the different structural element and its structural stiffness. Okay, so let's begin with the most common one, yung beam natin with carrying a uniformly load that represent W all throughout its length. No? So determine the stiffness for the given loading assuming a single degree of freedom at the midspan. So for this particular beam, no, yung kanyang major deflection will carry dito sa midspan. So it's simply kunin natin yung kanyang deflection kasi sabi natin, no, that the stiffness is equivalent dito sa sa forces or moment, no, over dun sa displacement. At yung meron na displacement na mapoproduce for this structure is the maximum deflection. So merong iba't ibang value, but for a critical section, yung maximum deflection yung i-consider natin. So it is just a review on your theory. Okay, so this is W and L. Okay, so kunin natin yung maximum deflection using the double integration method. The most common powerful method for structural theory. So the first step using the double integration is to determine the limit or the system kung saan tayo mag-a-assess. So for this particular sample, we will use this one as our reference. So 0, 0. So papunta tayo for this section. So therefore, the limit na meron tayo is from 0 to x to distance L since ang ating length ay L. And then the next step is ika-cut natin yung section up to the last portion niya and ito yung gagawin nating value ng x to represent the lower limit na 0 and upper limit na length. And then right after is kunin natin or isolve natin yung reaction. So given the uniformity of the structure or the loadings, this one is WL over 2 and also the reaction dito is WL over 2. In double integration, the concept is EI and then yung y prime prime natin, double prime, is simply the moment. Okay, so now let us interpret yung moment natin. Since tayo ay nagkaroon ng cut section, so dito ay may lalabas na moment. So let us use the general symbol or universal summation of moment, denote positive, clockwise is equal to 0. So, so ang moment natin, una, this forces, magta-travel siya papunta dito sa ating cutting section in a clockwise direction. So since the universal dictate na positive tayo ng clockwise, so therefore, the WL over 2 ay magta-travel ng positive direction. So the moment arm natin is ito, yung kanyang X. Then, ito namang W na to, magta-travel siya ng pa-counterclockwise. So, since the positive is clockwise, so therefore, yung counter ay negative. So, that is W, L, and then, kunin nyo yung moment arm, no? Sorry. The limit natin dito is hanggang dito lang. So, this one is WX. And then, yung moment arm natin is X over 2. So, simplify natin. So, that is WL over 2x minus W over 2x squared. So, that is now the moment equation natin para dito. So, substitute natin siya. So, EI double so W LX over 2 minus WX squared over 2. And then, kunin natin yung slope equation which is equal sa EI. So, WL over 2 then X squared. Ibaba natin yung 2 minus WX, ito is 2, magiging 3. So, may 2 siya. Lalagay natin dito is 3 na, no? Plus C1. So, simplify. WL X squared over 4 minus WX cubed over 6 plus C1. And then, integrate ulit. Makukuha naman natin yung deflection equation which is equal sa y natin, no? Or delta. Or, ginagamit din yung ganitong symbol. Is equals to WL, so x cubed over 4 times 3 minus W. So, 3 yon. So, magiging x to the 4 tayo. And then 6 times 4 plus C, ito constant, magiging C1x plus C2. So, simplify natin. So, meron tayong WLX cube over 12 minus WX raised to the 4th over 6, 12, 18, 24 plus C1x plus C2. And then, let us know the arbitrary constant by the concept of the behavior of the beam. So, the behavior of the beam at this location, at this support, no? So, wala po tayo ditong deflection. Okay? So, at x is equals to 0, where the 0 is the location of the support. So, again, the concept here is, ang magiging behavior is papaganito po tayo. meron tayong rotation but we don't have deflection sa mismong support. So, yung y natin dito is equals to 0. So, let us consider yung mismong uh, deflection equation natin. That is y is equal to WLX cube WLX cube over 12 minus WX raised to the fourth WX raised to the fourth over 24 plus C1X plus C2. And then this one is EI. So let us substitute the value of x now is equal to 0 and then y is equals to 0. So 0 is equals to WL x natin cube is 0, 12 minus W 0 raised to the fourth over 24 plus C1 0 plus C2. So therefore, if we try to observe the behavior, so this one is 0, this one is 0, and this one is 0. So yung magiging C2 natin is simply equal to 0. Next is, since yung ating ginamit is from dito going to dito, so dito din sa location natin where ang x natin is equals to L, again, that is a support. So yung ating deflection dyan is equals to 0. Okay? So gamitin ulit natin at x natin is equals to L, that is the support again. So, yung y natin pa rin dyan is equal to 0. So, gamitin pa rin natin yung ating deflection equation. So, WLX cube over 12 minus WX raised to the 4 over 24 plus C1X plus C2. And we already established that the value of the C2 is equivalent to 0. So let us substitute now. So EIY, the y natin is 0 pa rin, is equals to WL over 12 and then L cube minus W, yung x natin, palitan nyo ng L, raised to the 4 over 24 plus C1 and then yung x natin is L. And then simplify, 0 is equals to W L raised to the 4 over 12 minus W L raised to the 4 over 24 plus C1 L. So simplify, 0 is equals to ito munang dalawa. So meron tayong 1 over 12 minus 1 over 24. Excuse me. So that is W L raised to the 4th over 24 plus C1L. So therefore, yung ating C1 is equivalent to negative WL raised to the 4th over 24 tapos L kasi may L tayo, ibababa siya. So magiging final C natin, C1 is negative WL cube over 24. So therefore, ang magiging final equation na natin ng deflection is equivalent to EI, y is equal to so WLX cube over 12, WLX cube over 12 minus WX raised to the 4th over 24 minus yung C1 natin is W L cube over 24x and then plus 0. So double check W Lx cube over 12 minus Wx raised to the 4th over 24 minus WL cube over 24. And of course, di ba, sabi natin, kung ito yung ating beam, so yung maximum deflection is nandito sa midspan natin, di ba? So since dito tayo nag-reference papunta dito, so yung midspan from this point is L over 2 since yung total na to is L. So dito tayo magre-reference. So therefore, at x is equals to L over 2, so yung y natin is equivalent sa maximum, di ba? So yung maximum natin ngayon, so EI, papalitan lang natin to sa delta max is equal to, so WL over 12, substitute natin yung x natin na L over 2. So that is L over 2 and then cube minus dito naman, so W over 24. So yung x natin is L over 2 and then raised to the fourth minus WL cube over 24 and then yung x naman natin is L over 2 plus 0. So simplify natin. So EI delta max is equals to ilan ba to? Excuse me. So 1 over 12 and then 1 half so 1 or WL cube over 96 minus that is raised to the fourth, no? So WL to the fourth over 384 minus 1 half. So WL to the fourth over 48. So plus 0. So simplify. So yung EI delta max natin is equivalent to 1 over 96 minus 1 over 384 minus 1 over 48. So that is negative 5 over 384. So take note that the negative is the sign natin pa downward. So mahalaga po ang negative kasi pag sinabi mong positive, iba ang magiging interpretation dyan. So dapat lagi siyang may negative or kung hindi man, nakaganito tayo ng symbol. Kasi ang positive deflection natin is only happen kapag tayo ay nasa overhang. So ganito yung magiging behavior. So, pagka hindi mo nilagyan yan ng negative sign, kung ito yung beam mo, no, ang magiging itsura niya papaganon, which is normally sa pre-stress na o-observe. Okay? So, kaya mahalaga yung negative sign. So, iba na yung ibibigay na design na yan pag hindi mo nilagay. Okay? So, therefore, yung ating delta max ngayon, so EI delta max is equal to 5 over 384. So take note, yan ay downward. So ang delta max natin is equivalent to 5 over 384 EI. So since ang hinahanap natin ay stiffness at the midspan, and going back to the definition, sabi natin, stiffness is force over dun sa displacement or deflection. So for this structures, no, so this 5, may symbol pala yon, sorry. Ano yung ko natin? 5W L to D, bakit 2.4? So this one is 5WL to the fourth. So 5WL to the fourth. Okay? So sabi natin, stiffness is equals to force over doon sa deflection. Okay? So dito, meron tayong force. So, ang magiging value ng force natin dito, class, is yung W, no? So, ito yung force na tinutukoy dito. So, therefore, pag i-rearrange natin siya, in general, no, yung max, so, ibababa lang natin dito. So, meron tayo ngayong, pag binabahan natin siya, so meron tayong W over delta max is equivalent sa 384 EI over 5L raised to the fourth. And this value is equivalent to stiffness. So therefore, the stiffness of that beam is equivalent po siya sa 384 EI over 5L raised to the fourth. So that is the stiffness of this given beam. Question po.
Sir, pang finals na po yan.
No, midterm. Part siya ng midterm. I have submitted the topic for midterm up to the last discussion supposed to be, no? But I am expecting kasi, nag-assume kasi ko na wala ng klase this week kasi lahat ng school na pinapasukan ko is totally wala ng klase this week, no? So dito lang ako sa PERBS nagkaklase. So since tayo ay ino-observe po ng HR and naka-record sa Dean's Office yung ating mga sinasubmit na report, so ang magiging part po ng ating midterm is up to this week topic. So that's why masasama po itong stiffness, structural stiffness sa ating midterm examination. So I have already a draft of the midterm exam, which composed of 10 problems, multiple choice. So the grading system is 30-70. So if you don't have a solution, but you have a correct answer on a multiple choice, you have 30%. Kung let's say the item 1 is good for 10 marks. So if you have an answer of A, let's say the A is correct, but you don't have a solution, so your score is 3 over 10. Now, if you have a solution with correct, of course, correct approach, so that would be, excuse me, so that will result ng 10 over 10. So the grade is let's say 30 to 70%. That's composed of 10 sa data bank na isa-submit ko. Yun po. Excuse me. Okay, so
sir, bali ang coverage po natin, magmumula po no, sa drift, tapos
irregularities.
kasama na rin po yan, sir, irregularities.
Oh.
Okay po.
Medyo mahaba-haba lang siya. Ayun. So next is this given beam naman. This one is it's just a review, no, kung kabisado niyo yung ginagawa niyo nung strict theory, no. So I mean I show only the solution na komportable ako. Pero kung may iba kayong method, we have a lot of method naman, di ba? We have the double integration, the virtual work, the Castellano, the column analogy, the moment distribution, the area moment, and whatsoever, and other, the matrices, no? So whatever the solution, as long as mag-a-arrive tayo. So lagi naman ganun, di ba? In structural theory, you have a lot of solution, but arriving to one answer lagi. Okay? So, again, the solution I presented is a generalized, no, kumbaga, a powerful one with all the formulas, no, but you have also, what do you call that, have freedom, no, to choose what method. Kagaya ng pagka mga structure natin is cantilever, no? Siyempre, hindi mo na yan area moment mo na lang yan kasi mas mabilis ka mag-establish, no? But other than that, the other is depende sa given. So, since ang mga hinahanap lang naman natin is stiffness, so I must prefer the double integration or unit load method. So, kung familiar kayo sa MMDX over EI, that's okay din kasi nasa segregate mo. Ginagamit ko si MMDX over EI pag mga simple loadings, no? Pero pag generalized na mahaba na siya, no? Dito ko kay double integration. Basta, ang mahalaga lang kay double integration kasi is ma-establish mo yung mga parameters. So, ang mga parameters natin dyan is ito. Kung saan ba may zero, kung saan ba, ang behavior naman natin lagi kung nasaan yung support, wala doong deflection. Pero may rotation, di ba? So, yun yung mga tatandaan lang na parameters. So, kapag ka may fix ka, so may rotation, may wala itong rotation, pero wala din itong deflection, di ba? Gaganon siya yung behavior papaganon. So, it depends kung kaya niyong ma-establish ito. I suggest to go back to the structural theory and have a rough review ng kaunti, no? Kung hindi kaya siyang isolve kaagad, no? But, mga ito typical. So, yung una, ito yung typical natin kasi nire-represent lagi natin dead load, tsaka live load, and so on, di ba? Tapos, ito pa, another typicals natin kapag meron tayo ditong let's say ito is classified as beam, di ba? Tapos meron, girder, I mean, tapos meron ka ditong beam. So, nire-represent mo yung uh, reaction dito ng beam by F. Okay, so let us try this one. No? Let us determine din yung kanyang stiffness by given loading, assuming natin again a single degree of freedom. So at the mid-span ulit. Okay? Sound check. So again, we have a beam. Tapos may load tayo dito na P, di ba? So this one is L over 2 and this one is L over 2. So looking at the consistency or the behavior ng loading, so makikita natin na siya ay nasa mid-span. And aside from the load P, wala nang ibang naka-load. So ibig sabihin, paghahatian lang ni support 1 at saka ni support 2 itong ating reaction. So ito ngayon ay P over 2 and this one is P over 2. And then the second one is, let us also establish, no, again, so this one is our 0, 0. So, lahat ng pagkuha natin ng x is dito ka magsisimula papunta dito. Kasi dito tayo nag-reference. Okay? So, mahalaga yung reference, lalo na kapag marami ng loadings. Okay? And then, magka-cut tayo. And then, this cut, ito yung ating ilalagay na value ng sound check x. Okay, at the same time, since may load tayo, kailangan yung tumakbo dito. So, kailangan din natin ng moment arm. Kung ito ay x, no, so minus ito, L over 2. So, ito yung kanyang magiging moment arm. Okay? Again, let us consider the general, universal, no? I mean, summation of moment denote positive clockwise is equals to 0. So again, this load, chak, patakbo dito sa ating cutting section, that is positive since the direction ng movement is clockwise. So this one is positive P over 2 and then the value ngayon ng ating moment arm ay X. And then, yung P naman, chak, papunta dito sa ating cutting section is counterclockwise. Since the universal dimension is clockwise yung ating positive, yan ay magiging negative P. And then, the moment arm natin is X minus L over 2. Okay? So, yan na ngayon yung value ng M natin. Okay? Again, so, apply natin yung double integration. So, EI is equals to M. So, substitute natin. So P over 2x minus P, wala pa lang naka-over. Over 1 na lang. So x minus L over 2. Excuse me. So kunin natin yung slope equation. So this one is P x squared over 2 times 2 minus P and then x minus L over 2 squared over 2 plus C1. So simplify lang natin. So px squared over 4 minus p x minus L over 2 squared over 2 plus C1. And then kunin natin yung deflection is equals to y is equals to p and then 2 na to plus 1, 3, no? So 4 tapos ibababa mo si 3 minus p and then x minus L over 2. Ito ay 2 na. So plus 1, 3 over. So may 2 tayo dito. Ibaba mo din yung 3. Plus C1, constant yan. So magkaka-x ka plus C2. So simplify. So EI1 is equals to px cubed over 12 minus p x minus L over 2 cubed over 6 plus C1x plus C2. Okay, so again, establish ulit natin. Ang kaya lang naman natin, wag na natin pakialamanan to. Okay? Kasi may mga values yung support natin eh. So again, at x muna natin, no, is equals to 0. This one is support. So sa support, yung deflection natin is equals to 0. So i-write ko lang yung na-form natin. So EIY is equal to px cubed over 12 minus p over 6 and then multiply by x minus L over 2 cube C1x plus C1x plus C2. So again, y natin is 0. So p cube over 12 minus p over 6 x minus L over 2 and then cube. This one is 0 plus C1 and then 0 plus C2. Again, yung rules natin and even to the surveying, di ba? The smallest value kapag nag-a-assume tayo ng mga arbitrary, no, ito ay 0 na siya. Parang yan pagka-surveying natin yung sin theta will consider na lang ng theta for a very small values. Okay? So since deflection also is a very small values, so interpreting the arbitrary, we can consider the negative as 0 na din siya, approaching to 0. So therefore, so looking at the mathematical diagram natin, paradigm natin, no, mathematical paradigm, so this one, C2 is 0. Okay? So again, from this point, pupunta tayo, lalakad tayo hanggang sa L. So ang x na natin ngayon L kasi nasa L tayo. Tapos, wala din itong deflection. Okay? So yan yung ating next parameters para makaalis. So at x is to L, y is equals to 0 pa rin. No? So gamitin din natin ito. So EIY is equals to px cubed over 12 minus p over 6 and then x minus L over 2 cube plus C1x plus C2 natin. So take note na yung ating C2 is nakuha na natin as 0. So simplify natin siya. So yung y natin is 0 is equals to p over 12. So L tayo, cube, minus p over 6. So L minus L over 2, and then 3 plus C1, and then L tayo. So simplify, 0, and then p L cube over 12 minus, ilan to? Ito ay magiging positive L over 2 na, no? So P6 L over 2 cube plus C1L. So continue natin, 0 is equals to PL cube over 12 minus 1/6 and then 1/2 cube 48. So minus PL cube over 48 plus C1L. And then 0 is equal, itong dalawa, is-simplify natin. So 1 over 12 minus 1 over 48, that is 16. So positive. So PL cube over 16, and then plus C1L. So therefore, yung C1 natin is equals to negative PL cube over 16L. So the final C1 natin is negative PL squared over 16. And then, isulat ulit natin, no, yung general natin ngayon. So EI, Y is equals to PX cube, PX cube over, ilan ulit yun? 12 minus P over 6, and then X minus L over 2 cube minus PL squared over 16x plus 0. Double check, over 12, 6x minus L over 2 cube minus PL squared over 16, and then 0. So again, ang maximum deflection po natin ng ganitong klase ng beam ay papaganyan, no, na kung saan makikita din natin sa gitna. So, ang L natin, lalakad tayo papunta sa L over 2 kung nasan yung load ngayon, tsaka tayo bababa. Okay? So, therefore, yung L at X natin is L over 2. So, yung ating Y dito is the maximum deflection. Okay? So, substitute natin. So, EI, yung Y natin is delta max is equals to P over 12, and then yung X natin is L over 2, and then cube minus P over 6, and then yung X natin is L over 2 minus L, excuse me, over 2, and then cube minus PL squared over 16, and then yung X natin is L over 2, and then plus 0. So simplify, EI delta max is equivalent sa, so 1 over 12 times 1 over 2, and then cube. So that is 96, no? So PL cube over 96 minus, this one is L, 0 na to, no? 0 minus PL cube over 16 times 2, 32. Excuse me for a while. (32) and then plus 0. So simplify, EI max natin is equals to 96 and then 1 over 32. So that is negative PL cubed over 48. Okay? So therefore, yung maximum natin is equals to PL cubed over 48 EI downward. Okay? So again, sabi natin that the stiffness is equals to force over dun sa deformation. And yung i-assess natin is equals to PL cubed over 48 EI. So again, yung P natin, no, ang kailangan nating ma-establish, yung P is the F. So pagka ni-rearrange natin itong equation na to, so P over natin sa deflection is ito, ibababa natin. Yung 48 EI, itataas natin. Over yung L cube naman, ibababa natin. So this one then yung magiging value ng K. So therefore, the stiffness natin, structural stiffness for that particular beam is 48 EI over doon sa L cube. Yan po. Question po. Wala namang ganong critical dito, no, kasi immune na kayo sa summation of movement, summation of forces, no. Yan. So next natin, apply natin siya, no. So for a given water tank daw, supported on the slender column with the constant flexural rigidity EI as shown in the figure. No? Idealize the column and weight into a single degree of freedom system and determine its stiffness. For a horizontal force applied, horizontal force, take note ha, horizontal force applied at the top of the column. So the flexural rigidity E is equivalent, o modulus of elasticity natin, no, is 3 times 10 raised to 7 pounds per inches squared. And then the moment of inertia natin is 20,000 inches raised to the fourth natin. Okay? So take note of the terminologies. It says horizontal force applied. So this one is the forces natin, no? So therefore, hindi po yan nakapaganyan. Okay, sabi niya horizontal. So dapat nakikita ng normal na tao, tapos the way we look as a CE. Okay, ganyan. And then interpret natin into mechanics illustration. So meron tayong support dito na fixed. And then sabi sa atin horizontal forces, no? So nandito dito yung ating P. And that is sound check. 10 kips, no? So kapag ganyan yung behavior, yung structure niya, no? Yung sorry. Ayan, exage ko na lang nasulatan. So yung kanya magiging deflection is nandito, di ba? So pwede natin silang pabaligtarin. So pagka pinabaligtad niyo siya, so ito ilalagay natin dito, tapos itong beam niya structure is nandito. So meron tayong ngayong loads, di ba? So yung loads natin, class, is nandito. So anong na-obserbahan natin ngayon? Meron tayong cantilever beam, okay? So dito, wag niyo nagagamitan ng double integration, okay? Saka napaka very simple loadings lang para gamitan natin ng double integration. And observing, no, yung system natin. So dito tayo, class, magkakaroon ng deflection or yung kanyang deformation. So dito natin ma-obserbahan at the free end, no, yung maximum deflection. So whatever chak na i-load mo diyan, nandito pa rin yung maximum deflection at the free end. Okay? Sound check. Okay, so ang gagamitin na lang natin dito is ito i-drawing natin. So negative PL, no? Kasi ito is length natin PL. Tapos, kung may deviation tayo, from let's say A to B. So dito natin kunin kasi nandito tayo. So deviation, let's say this one is point B, so B is to A, is simply the maximum deflection natin. So that is equivalent to, kunin natin yung area, 1/2. Ang base natin, ito ay L, no? So L, ang height natin is negative PL. And yung moment arm natin, kapag ka rotation, ito na yon. Kapag ka naman moment, no? Moment, deflection is kailangan pa natin kunin dito yung kanyang moment arm. So that is 2/3 of L. So simplify natin, yung EI maximum natin ngayon is equivalent to cancel. So meron tayong negative PL cubed over 3 EI. So yan na ngayon yung maximum deflection natin, di ba? Kaya ngayon, ang kukunin naman daw natin is stiffness din, no? Yung pinapakuha sa atin. So again, sabi natin sa stiffness, that is equivalent sa force over dun sa deflection. So ang deflection natin ay PL cube over 3EI. So the P, that will represent ngayon noong force natin. So, simplify natin siya. So, F over yung deflection natin. So, kung ito is ibababa natin, tataas natin si 3EI over L cube. So, ito na ngayon din yung magiging value ng stiffness natin. So, yung K natin is equals to 3EI over L cube. So, again, meron tayong value ng E. Yung E natin, based on the problem statement, that is 3 times 10 raised to 7 psi. So 3 times 10 raised to 7 psi, so that is pounds per inches squared. And then yung I natin, that is equal to 20,000 inches raised to the fourth. So that is 20,000 inches raised to the fourth. And then yung L natin is ito kanyang height, no? So that is 50 feet. So 50 feet. So take note, naka-inches na tayo, convert na rin natin to. So meron tayong 1 feet is equivalent sa 12 inches. So yung L natin ngayon ay 50 times 12, that is 600 inches. So, balik tayo ngayon dito sa K natin. So, i-substitute natin ngayon ulit lahat. So, K is equals to 3. Ang E natin is 3 times 10 raised to 7 pounds per inches squared. I natin is 20,000 inches raised to the fourth over L cube. Yung L natin is 600 inches. Okay, so calculate using our calculator. So double check nyo class ha. So 3 times 3 times 10, sound check, raised to 7, and then 20,000 over 600. Cube, no? Huwag kalimutan yung cube dito sa ilalim. Sorry, nabura yung 3 times 10 raised to the 6 times 20,000 over 600 cube. So on my calculator, that is 833 or 8,033, 333.333, no? So 8,000 333.12345. So that is pounds per inches. So that is now the value ng stiffness noong structure na yun. question po, clarification, please react verbally. Okay na? So, sige. Inom lang ako ng water. Okay, so let us continue. I will read first and then interpret and then solve natin. So, so the space grid roof structure as shown in the figure weighs 20 pounds per square foot and is assumed to be rigid. So a plan view of this structure is also shown in the figure. So the side sheeting of the building down or the walls, no, ang weight niya is 10 pounds per square foot. So all steel daw is meron siyang modulus of elasticity of 29,000 KSI or kips per inches squared or kilopounds per inches squared. So that is the column, no? So with dimension of W10 by 30, given tayo ng inertia, that is 170 inches raised to the 4th. So the idealize the system as a single degree of freedom system and determine the equation of motion, which that the first pair of the column in the figure down is fixed pin. So yung column A, yung bottom niya is fixed, tapos yung taas niya is pin. Ito yon. Baligtad pala ako. Pin daw ito, tapos ito daw ay fixed. Tapos yung column B naman daw, pin-pin. So pin support, pin support. So pag tinignan nyo siya, in mechanics illustration, nakaganon siya. Itong isa naman, nakaganyan siya. At yun daw, column C natin is fixed, no? So, ibig sabihin, nakaganyan naman po siya. So, ang pinapahanap sa atin is equation of motion. So, kung maaalala nyo, yung equation of motion natin, no? This one. So, ito yung gagamitin. Sound check. Sorry. Okay, so that is the equation of motion, no? Dapat pala pinis ko na dito. Ayan. Okay, yung generalize natin. Without damping. Okay, so that is the motion of equation without damping. So, mass, kailangan natin ng mass, no? And at the same time, yung value ng K. So, tatlo yung K natin. So, unahin muna natin yung mass. So, ito yung ating plan view. I-read ko pala kasi nagpapalipat-lipat ako. Plan view and cross-section. So, itong cross-section na to or elevation na yan is kapag dito kayo nagkaroon ng cutting section. So, let's say AA. So, ito yung kanyang section AA. Okay? So, kunin muna natin yung mass. So, dalawa yung kukunan natin ng mass. First is yung buo, no? Kasi meron daw tayong roof. So, ibig sabihin, itong portion na to, so meron ka ditong 20 daw yung nakaload dyan. Tapos, kunin mo lang yung kanyang area, di ba? So, kung ito ay 40, ito din ay 40. So, kunin muna natin yung so, yung weight natin is equivalent sa weight ng roof plus ano pa yung isang may weight sa atin dito? Yung side wall down, no? Meron din daw weight yung side wall. So, ibig sabihin, kung ito yung ating sheeting noong mismong ating roof, no? So, nakapalibot din daw dito, class. So, nakapalibot din dito, meron din daw tayong sheeting, side sheeting ng building, yung wall, okay? So, meron daw itong 10 pounds per square foot. Okay, so ilalagay ko na lang side sheeting. Or, lagay ko na lang yung weight ng wall na lang, or W. Yan. Okay, so unahin muna natin yung weight ng roof. So, yung weight ng roof natin is equivalent siya sa, of course, yung load, no? Times yung kanyang area. So, yung load natin, that is equivalent to 20 pounds per square foot. And then, yung area natin, that is equivalent sa, again, 40 feet times 80 feet, no? So, 40 feet times 80 feet. So, that is, ilan to? 40 times 80, 3,200. So, 3,200 feet squared. So, yung weight ng roof natin ngayon is equivalent sa 20 pounds per feet squared, and then multiply by 3,200 feet squared. So, lumalabas na ang weight ng roof natin ngayon ay equal sa, so 20, i-multiply natin by 3,200. So, that is 64,000. So, 64,000. And that is pounds na lang siya. Okay? So, next naman is yung weight naman ng wall. Sound check. So, weight tayo ng wall. So, yung weight ng wall natin is equivalent sa, of course, yung load, no? Tapos yung area din niya. So, yung load natin dito, that is, ito, 10 pounds per square foot. So, meron tayong 10 pounds per square foot. And then, yung area naman, so, anong meron sa atin dito? So, area, so dahil nakapalibot siya dito, so kukunin natin yung perimeter. So, the perimeter is 40, tapos 40 din dito, no? So, 40, 40, 40, 40. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, 6 times 40 or 40 plus 40 plus 40 plus 40 plus 40. Yung total length. Excuse me. Okay, so kunin natin. So, 40 na 6. So, 40 na 40 feet na 6, and then times yung ating length or depth consider niya. So, ano yung magiging tributary natin dito ng parapet height ngayon? So the layman's or para makuha natin, no, pag nag-i-steal kayo, yung parapet daw, kapag meron kayong configuration na ganito, so yung total daw, yung height ng parapet, so parapet, so meron kayong yung height, no, so 12, i-divide nyo daw yan sa 2, o yung kalahati lang yung kukunin nyo, plus itong height na nandito ninyo. So, that is 4. So, that will give us 6 plus 4 and then 10 feet. So, theoretical yan for the steel structure. So, that is 10 feet. So, ilan ngayon yung magiging area natin? So, 40 times 6 times 10. So, 2,400 feet squared. Where the definition is this one is perimeter and this one is parapet wall. So, kunin natin ngayon yung load ng wall natin. So, meron tayo ngayong wall is equals to load natin is 10. Ang area natin is 2,400. So, ibig sabihin, 10 times natin yung 2,400, that is 24,000 pounds. So, lumalabas ngayon na ang total weight ng ating structure na i-assess is W is equal dun sa 64,000 pounds plus 24,000 pounds. So, in summary, yung total weight natin is 64,000 plus 24,000. So, that is 88,000. 88,000 pounds. Okay, so ang kailangan natin plus dyan ay mouse, di ba? Ay, mouse, sorry, mouse tuloy. Mass, no? So, M. So, yung M natin or yung W is equals to mg, di ba? So, ang mass natin is weight over G. Okay, so, normally yung G natin naka-fit. So, dapat pala ito gawin natin kips na lang to, no? Hindi, pwede na yan, naka-pounds naman na. So, substitute natin ngayon. So, mass is equals to, ang weight natin is 88,000 pounds. So, 88,000 pounds over yung G natin is 32.2 feet per second squared, no? So, i-times natin siya by 1 feet over 12 inches. So, ang M natin ngayon or ang mass natin is 88,000 over 32.2 times 12. So, that is 200, ano ba to? Hindi ko mabasa sa calcu ko. 227.74 327. So, ang unit natin ay pounds and then second squared kasi aangat yon. Tapos, meron tayong maiiwan na inches. So, that is the mass natin ngayon. So, meron na tayo, no? So, stiffness na lang yung next natin na kukuhanin. Okay, so for the stiffness, so, tatlo din siya, no? Kasi, structure mo dito, so that is, meron tayong KA1, ito is KA2, dito naman yung KA1, dito naman si KB1, kasi 1 yon, no? B1, tapos B, tapos 2 naman. Kaya nandito si KB2, tapos KC1, tsaka KC2. And then, pareha-parehas lang naman. Ito daw, ganito yung scheme niya sa A, B, and C. So, ibig sabihin, pwede nating sabihin na ang KA1 natin is equivalent sa KA2. So, that is, ano yung sabi sa atin dito? Pag ito daw ay naka-pin at saka naka-fix. So, para din siyang PL cube over 3EI, di ba? So, ang gagamitin natin dito ay yung na-solve natin kanina. So, 3EI over L cube. Next, yung KB1 is equivalent din daw sa KB2. So, kapag tayo ay pin-pin, ano ang deflection natin? Wala, no? Sa theory, pag pin-pin kayo, indeterminate na siya, no? Pero pag parehas kayo, wala. Dapat isa ay roller. Okay? So, pagka ganyan, on concept ng theory, zero na tayo. And then, KC1 is equals to KC2. So, dito naman, fix tayo. So, parang sa theory, kapag fix, tapos di ba horizontal forces, ano yung moment nyo dyan? So, PL 12 na tayo, di ba? PL cube over 12EI. Sa fix. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, ang pwede natin gamitin dito, kung 12EI siya, so 12EI over L cube. Since dalawa-dalawang column siya, ano ba to? Iba pa. So, since dalawa-dalawang column, so imu-multiply lang natin siya. So, yung total K natin is equals to dalawa ng KA natin, which yung KA composed of K1 plus K2, no? I mean, KA is equivalent ng KA1 plus KA2. So, since parehas lang naman, times na lang natin siya sa 2. So, ganun din yung sa B natin, which is 0 naman na. Tapos, same lang dito sa KC natin. So, substitute natin ngayon. So, 2, ang KA natin is 3EI over L cube plus 2 times 0 plus 2, KC natin is 12EI over L cube. So, ang magiging K natin ngayon is 6 na to, no? Plus 24. So, 30. EI over L cube. And again, sa problem statement natin, yung value natin ng E, sorry, ilan daw yung E natin dito? 29,000 KSI, no? So, 29,000 KSI plus, so it simply means ito ay equal lang sa 29,000 kips, no? Per inches squared. So, ang ginamit natin kanina ay pounds. Convert natin ito sa pounds. So, 1 kips is equals to 1,000 pounds. So, yung 29 natin, pag tinimes natin siya sa 1,000, excuse me. So, meron tayong 29. So, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That is pounds per inches squared, no? And then, yung I naman, yung I natin is 170 inches raised to the 4th. So, 170 inches raised to the 4th. So, ang L natin is pantay-pantay lang naman siya. No? So, 12 feet. So kung naka 12 feet to, tapos naka inches naman lahat, convert ulit natin. So 1 feet, 12 inches. So that is 144 inches. And then, substitute na natin lahat ng numerical values. So, K natin is equivalent to 30. Ang E natin is 29 million pounds per inches squared. UI natin is 170 inches raised to the 4 divide yung L natin is 144 inches and then cube. Then solve using your calculator. So that is 30 times 29 million times 170 over 144. Cube. So that is, on my calculator, the value is 49,531.41075. And then the unit natin is K no? So that is pounds per inches. Then, meron na tayong K, no? So, pwede na nating magamit to. So, sabi natin, so yung moment of motion natin is equivalent dito plus yung Kx natin is equals to 0. So, therefore, yung M natin kanina is 227. So, 227.74327. 74327 and then plus yung K natin is 49,531.41075x is equals to 0. So ito ngayon class yung magiging motion of ano yun? Nasa dulo ng dila ko. Motion equation. Equation of motion. Equation of motion. Question po. Question so far. Okay, so hearing none, let's continue. Number 4. And number 5 yan supposed to be, no? Namali lang ako ng sunod-sunod. So, determine naman daw yung total stiffness ng ating steel with 29,000 KSI frame and yung W10 by 33 natin na column that has a moment of inertia at x-axis, no, is 171 inches raised to the 4. Assuming daw first that the beam is rigid. Second is if the beam natin has a size na W18 by 65, I mean made of steel, no, with W18 by 65, and then the moment of inertia of that steel beam is 1,070 inches raised to the 4th. So, pag sinabi nating rigid, so isa siyang fixed. So, again, pagka sinabi nating rigid, siya ay fix, no? So, kapag tayo ay naka-fix, ang sabi natin is 12. PL cube over 12 tayo. So, pag binaligtad natin yan, 12. Kaya lang, dalawa naman yung ating column pa rin, no? So, dalawa, imumultiply na lang natin siya sa 2. So, when rigid tayo, so yung K natin is dalawa na 12 EI over doon sa L cube. So, ang value ng EI natin is so, ang E natin 29,000 naka-inches sa ulit, no? Sige, later na lang natin tingnan. So, 29,000 KSI. Tapos, yung I natin is column yung ating gagamitin kasi ito yung magsusway. So, that is 171 inches raised to the 4. So, 171 inches raised to the 4. And then, pwede na, no? So, yung K natin is equivalent sa 2 times 12 times yung E natin is 29,000. So, that is kips per inches squared. And then I natin is 171 inches raised to the 4th. Divide. So, yung L natin pala. So, L natin is 12 feet, no? Wala na isama. So, yung L natin is 12 feet. So, convert natin sa inches. So, what feet? 12 inches. That is 144 inches. So, substitute natin ngayon. So, that is 144 inches and then cube. So, the value ng K natin, substitute ngayon. Input lang po siya sa CalCube. So, 12 times 29,000 times 171 and then divide 144 cube natin siya. So, that is 39, sound check. So, 39.85822. So, ang unit natin ay kips per inches. So, ito yung kapag ka rigid. Okay? Tapos, kapag ka naman hindi tayo rigid, no? So, binigyan tayo ng beam na W by, ano yun? 1865. So, yung I na to is 1,070 inches raised to the 4th. Okay? So, dalawang klase kasi hindi tayo sinabihan kung it is purely, hindi kasi sinabi sa problem, no? Kung yaan ba ay what do you call that? Fixed support siya doon sa mismong ating mismong ating foundation or yung isa naman is pin siya, no? So, dalawang klase kasi class, no? Una, pwede kasi natin siyang i-interpret or assess, no? Una, kapag ka siya ay fixed. Pangalawa naman, hatiin lang natin. Kapag ka ito naman ay pin, okay? So, ito po ang gagamitin niya. So, hindi ko na ito i-derive, mahaba. So, asan yung aking notes kanina? Kapag ka tayo ay fixed support, so ang gagamitin natin na K dito class is equivalent sa pag fixed to so 12, ang magiging basihan nyo ito. Isang fixed support at saka isang pinned support. So 12 EI over L cube, and then may factor lang tayo. So 6 alpha plus pina-RT na K over 3 alpha and then plus 2 pina-RT na K. Wherein yung alpha natin, ang gagamitin nyo dyan is beam to column to, no? So meron kayo ng I ng beam tapos I ng column. Tapos yung K naman na pina-RT, that refers to the length ng beam natin at saka yung length naman ng column. So, on vice versa, kapag ka naman pin tayo, so yung K ninyo is equivalent sa 12E, tapos I pa rin siya ng column. Column pa rin yung gagamitin natin dito. Tapos, imumultiply nyo lang ito class sa alpha over doon sa 2 alpha plus pina-RT na K. Okay? So, kunin natin muna class yung mga value ng A. So, i-assess natin sila sa dalawang condition since hindi kasi sinabi dito, no, kung ano yung, dito kasi pala, given pala tayo. So, pwede natin i-assume na fixed support siya, no? But, i-assess na lang natin siya into condition 1, isang fixed, ito pala, fixed, pagka fixed, tapos isa naman is pin, para may idea din kaya. So, assess natin siya muna. So, yung munang pina-RT na alpha. So, yung alpha natin, again, that is I ng beam, tsaka I ng column. So, yung I ng beam natin is 1070 inches raised to the fourth. Tapos, yung namang I ng column natin, 171. So, 171 inches to the fourth. So, makukuha natin yung alpha, that is 1070 over 171. So, yung alpha natin is 1070 over 171. So, that is, on my calculator, that is 6.25731. 25731. And then, yun naman pina-RT na K. That is length ng beam over sa length ng column. So, yung length ng beam is equivalent po saan? Ito. Ito yung beam natin eh. So, that is 20 feet, di ba? 20 feet. So, kahit di nyo na i-convert, no? Kasi i-divide, magiging unitless. Tapos, yung length naman ng column natin is, ito po, yung 12. So, 12. So, yung magiging K natin ngayon is 20 over 12. So, ilan ba yan? 20 divide 12. 1 point, sound check, 1.66667. Okay? So, compute na natin. So, fixed support muna tayo, no? So, yung K natin is equivalent ng 12. Yung value ng E natin, column pa rin po ito. Yung E, 29,000. So, kips per inches squared. And then, yung kung ating I is 171 inches raised to the fourth over yung L natin, no? That is 144 inches. And then, cube. Tapos yung factor natin na 6 times yung alpha natin is 6.25731. Plus yung pina-RT na K, that is 1.66667 over 3. Alpha natin is 6.25731 plus 2 yung K, so 1.66667. So yung K natin ngayon at fixed support, so input sa calcu, that is 12 times 29 divide 144 cube times 6 times 6.25 731 plus 1.123457 over 3 6.25731 plus 2 1.123456, no? Sorry. Yan, sobra ko ng 7. Okay. So 12 times 29,171. So on my calculator, that is 35.35043. No, so that is kips per inches. Fixed to class, fixed support. Ngayon naman, kapag ka naman tayo ay naka-pin support, itry din natin siya. So, ang K natin is, ito naman po yung gagamitin natin. So, 12 times 29,000 din, no? So, 29,000 kips per inches squared. And then 171 inches raised to the 4th divide. So, 144 inches tapos cube. So, ito lang na may mababago. So, yung alpha natin is 6.25731 over 2. Yung alpha natin is 6.25731 plus yung pina-RT na K, that is 1.1234 and then 7. And then input po natin sa ating calculator. Ilan ba yan? So 12 times 29,000 tapos times 171 over 144 shift cube times 6.25731 2 times 6.25731 plus 1.1234 and then 7. So on my calculator, that is 8.79346 and still that is kips per inches. So this value is for pin support naman. So question po. Okay, so water lang ako saglit. Okay, so herein na. So I will proceed na to the next. So mga brace naman tayo, brace frame, no? So pagka brace firm tayo class, so naglalagay tayo na to strengthen pa rin natin, no? Kasi sometimes sa higher structure or sa mga high rise, hindi mo kasi pwedeng lakihan ng lakihan kaagad, no? Kasi bibigat ng bibigat. So may mga areas lang na designated na dapat ganito yung bigat niya compared dun sa iba, no? So minsan pag nagiging lightweight, so hindi din ganong kinakaya yung mga lateral forces. So that is the time na naglalagay tayo ng bracing para madagdagan, no, yung kanyang stiffness as well as yung kanyang strength pagdating sa lateral forces. Kapag ka naman, yan ay para sa mga new construction, no. Kapag ka naman tayo ay nasa old structure na tapos retrofitting, no. So pagka lumabas sa structural analysis na sabihin nating mahina na, hindi na nagko-comply to the existing code kasi nga naman yung dinesign yung structure from old code pa, no? So assuming natin na at the present code hindi na siya nagko-comply. So yung mga ginagamit natin dito sa Pilipinas and even sa ibang bansa, no, sa mga overseas construction. So isang ginagawang para additional or strengthening, no, is yung bracing. Okay? So paano yan i-assess? So again, let us assume, no, na meron tayo ditong forces. So pag tinulak mo, kinonsider natin to, ito yung magiging theta niya. So kung may age tayo D, so this one, no, is length na to. Ito po yan. So that is the square root of h squared plus d squared. So by Pythagorean theorem lang naman. So yung relationship kapag ka sine opposite, kapag ka naman cosine adjacent. Okay? So now, yung gagamitin daw nating deflection pag dadating sa mga framing natin is ito tayo, no? Ito class is somewhat related sa MMDX over EI concept. So the N, that is refers din sa forces na hinubad mo lahat ng load, one. Kung deflection. Since deflection tayo, one. Kapag ka naman rotation, couple yung ating idadagdag, di ba? So parang sabihin, aalisin mo lahat ng load. So kung kukuha tayo dito ng deflection, so mag-a-add tayo ng 1. Kapag ka naman hinubaran mo ulit yung structure, kukuha ka ng rotation at any point, mag-a-add ka naman ng couple na 1. Okay? So ganun din siya. Yung N naman, yung original, yung wala kang virtual na dinagdag, yung length, tapos yung EI naman, depende sa material siya. Okay? So let us consider this system para mas ma-interpret natin siya. Okay, so again, gagamit tayo ng universal system. Iba sa universal system, so sa summation of moment tayo, denote pa kapag ka naman counter tayo, negative for structural. So pag nag-GGO ka naman, magbabaligtad siya ya, pagka mga gumamit na kayo ng more circle. And then, for a while lang ha, nalobat ang aking headset. Kindly react thumbs up. Ayan, nagpalit ako if audible. Okay. Tapos, kapag ka naman tayo ay summation of forces along X, so positive tayo to the right, and then negative tayo to the left. Tapos, summation naman tayo ng forces at along Y, so positive tayo upward, and then negative tayo downward. That is the universal. Okay? So, magbabaligtad ka lang lagi pagka nag-GGO ka. So, the actual loading natin, this one, tapos kapag ka naman huhubaran natin, so papalitan natin. So, yung original F niya, since deflection yung kukunin natin, tayo ay mag-1. Kapag ka naman rotation, papalitan mo lang to. Instead na papaganon, yung couple na 1 nang ilalagay mo. So, hindi natin, wag na natin gawin, no? Kasi mas mabilis. Kasi 'di ba stiffness is it's either force or moment over dito. So ito na lang, mas mabilis natin kukunin. So may FBD tayo, no? So pagka ganito, ito ay maglalabas. Tapos ito din, lalabas din dito. So pwede natin sabihin na since ito is actual, yung capital, tama ba ako? Capital N. Okay. So each member. Tapos itong NI natin yung naka-virtual load. So, N1, tapos ito naman ay N2. So, kung magsasummation tayo ng forces at x-axis, no? So, positive tayo going to the right is equal to 0. So, titingnan lang natin yung mga forces na merong x component or along x. So, una, ito, no? Along x ito. So, going to the right. So, that is positive F. Ano pa? Ito, meron tong component, no? Since may angle yon sa pag kinuha natin siya in 3D, so ito yung kanyang x component. So, kung ito yung angle niya, nandito, ito yung opposite, ito ay adjacent. So, ibig sabihin, cosine. So, minus N1 cosine theta. And then, meron pa ba tayong forces along x? Wala na po. So, equal to 0. So, therefore, yung ating N1 is equivalent sa ililipat mo sa magiging F over cosine theta. And then, along y naman tayo, summation of forces along y, again, positive going upward is equal to 0. So, lahat naman po ng forces na along y, yung titingnan. So, ito wala na tong y kasi naka-x tayo eh. So, ito, meron tayong y. So, N2. So, pababa siya. So, therefore, negative and 2. So, ito naman, kanina din, no? Ito din is going to the left to or pababa. So, ang y niya naman is nandito. So, opposite sa sign. So, minus N2 and then sine theta is equal to 0. Again, simplify. So, yung ating N2 ililipat mo sa kabila is equals to this one is N1, no? So, sound check. N1 and then sine theta. Negative, sorry. Negative. And take note, the N1 is equivalent dito sa F over cosine. So, substitute natin. So, meron tayong N2 is equals to F, negative F over cosine theta and then sine theta. So, ito naman equivalent sa tangent theta. So, N2 is equals to negative F and then tangent theta. Ngayon, kung dito naman tayo sa virtual, so parehas lang. Summation of x along x, summation of forces along x, again, positive, going to the right is equals to 0. So, anong meron sa atin? So, 1. So, minus. Ganun din, no? Meron ka rin ditong small letter 1 and ito naman is N2. So, 1 minus, again, dito yung along x mo. So, cosine. So, N1 and then cosine theta is equal to 0. So, kailangan natin si N1 ililipat sa kabila, magiging positive. So, ito ngayon ay 1 over cosine theta. So, summation of forces naman tayo along y. Denote positive upward is equals to 0. So, anong mangyayari sa atin? So, again, yung N2 natin is negative. Tapos, yung 1 natin negative din, no? And then, siya ay sine theta is equals to 0. So, N2 natin, ilipat sa kabila is equals to negative N1 and then sine theta. So, yung N1 natin is equivalent dito, di ba? So, N2 is equivalent sa 1 negative over cosine theta and then sine theta. So, lumalabas na ang N2 natin is equivalent sa negative tangent theta. Okay? So, yan yung mga distribution of forces natin ngayon. Sample kung paano ina-assess. Okay? So, apply natin. So, pag in-apply natin, Consider the flat form shown. So the system is used at a stadium to film a sporting event and has a reported experiencing a large dynamic excitations. So the preliminary investigation indicate that the natural period daw na 0.9 second. So the camera personnel is recommending that the period be limited to 0.3 second. So here are the requirements. First, isa lang pala, no? May first pa ako. So determine the required diameter of a system of a diagonal ties. So the steel wires natin with E na equivalent sa 29,000 KSI to retrofit daw yung system to the new specification. Kasi nga naman 0.9 tapos nilimit na lang ngayon sa 0.3 second. At ito, yung mga hidden line na yan, no? Yan yung mga wires natin. So wires yung ginamit na uh, pang bracing, no? So solve natin. So again, sorry. So gagamitin pa rin natin to, no? Yan. Saan ako? Okay, sorry. Derive pala muna natin kasi kailangan natin ng KF. Wala na tayong nakuhang K, no? So, gamitin muna natin to. Ito, kunin muna natin. So, ang deflection natin ay equivalent dito, no? Yan. So, picturean ko lang saglit. So, that is Ni, tapos Ni natin over Li over Ei, tapos Ei. So, yung Ni natin, sound check, is gamitin na lang natin itong 1. So, F over cosine theta. So, F over cosine theta. Tapos, yung Ni natin, sorry, baligtad ako. This one is Ni. Tapos, yung N na maliit, ito naman. So, 1 over cosine. So, 1 over cosine theta. So, yung Li natin, so that refers dito, no? So, that is equivalent class dito. So, square root of h squared plus d squared over yung E natin is given naman yan, no? Depende sa materials. So, substitute lang natin. Sound check. So, yung deflection natin is equivalent, Ni natin is 1 over cosine theta. So, big N natin is F over cosine theta. And then, Li natin is square root of h squared plus d squared over EI lang natin, no? And then, kailangan natin makakuha ng K kasi ang K ay deflection, force over deflection. So, this one is a force. This whole expression. So, ang gagawin nyo lang is, let's say, gagawin ko na lang tong whole expression na to na F, no? So, ito, ibababa mo doon. Tapos ito, itataas mo doon. ito naman, ibababa mo dyan. So, meron tayo ngayon na force over dun sa deflection natin is tataas natin yung EI over ibababa naman natin yung square root of h squared plus d squared. Ayan. Okay? So, yan na yung magiging values ngayon natin. So, may other form pa yan, class. So, yung pinaka ginagamit is d squared over doon sa EA. Tapos, parang i-extract mo lang to, no? So, h squared plus d squared and then 3 halves. So, yan yung gagamitin natin ngayon na value ng k. Okay? Para makuha natin yung radius kasi meron siyang area na component. So, gamitin natin dito ngayon yan. So, kailangan natin ng k. So, yung pinaka-k natin is, again, dalawa ulit siya, no? This space, tsaka dun sa kabila. So, dalawa. So, meron tayo deflection natin or yung mismong k natin is equivalent sa d squared EA over doon sa h squared plus d squared and then yung in-extract na 3 halves. So, meron tayong, para makuha natin yan, yung k natin, no, meron kang mu at saka meron kang, sabi dito, with the period, no, yung old tapos versus dito sa mu. So, ibig sabihin, kailangan natin i-compromise yung mu requirement para sa time period. So, yung k natin, pwede nating sabihin yung k mu minus dun sa k old na lang, no, yung ilagay natin or existing. So, yung k mu natin is, kung babalikan natin yung last meeting discussion natin, class, no, that the time natin is equivalent sa 2 pi over square root of m and over k. So, simplify lang natin to. So, meron tayong 2, tawag dito, time natin over 2 pi is equals to square root of m over k. Then, square nyo lang. So, magkakaroon tayo ng m over k is equivalent sa time natin, tapos 2 pi, tapos squared. So, ang kailangan natin dito ay k, di ba? So, ibig sabihin, yung k natin is equivalent class sa bababa lang natin. So, magbabaligtad lang, no? So, meron tayong m and then 2 pi over mo yung time mo, tapos naka-squared pa rin naman siya. Okay? So, that is both na gagamitin natin sa new tsaka sa old. So, for k new, so meron tayong m. Ano ulit yung m natin dito? Yung mass. Meron na ba tayong wala pa palang mass, no? So, kunin muna natin yung mass. So, sa k, so k natin, k new is equivalent now natin siya sa m tapos 2 pi over tn tapos squared. Tama ba ako or baliktad? 2 pi over tn. So, yung mass muna. Kunin muna natin yung mass. So, yung mass natin is manggagaling dun sa weight over doon sa G, di ba? So, ano ba yung mass na weight natin dito? 4.5 kips. So, 4.5. So, kips, i-divide lang natin sa G. So, ano bang mga unit dito? Feet, tsaka inches na siya, no? Ilagay natin sa inches. So, meron tayong 32.2 feet per second squared. So times natin ng 12 inches in 1 feet. So ang lalabas na mass, input sa calcu, 4.5 divide 32.2. Ito yung 386.4, no? 12. So on my calculator, that is 0.1165, no? And then meron tayong kips, tapos second squared over inches. Ayan. Tapos yung time natin, kasi new yung ating pinag-uusapan, so yung PN natin ng new ay, sabi dito, 0.3 second. Ito, 0.3. So, kunin na natin yung K-new. So, K-new natin is equivalent sa M, 0.01165. That is kips, second squared over inches, and then 2 pi over 0.3 seconds. Tapos, i-squared. So, second yun, magiging squared, makakancel yun. No? Kaya, kips tsaka inches na lang tayo. So, yung ating K new ngayon is equivalent sa, so type lang sa calcu, 0.01165, and then 2 pi over 0.3 second, and then squared. So on my calculator, that is 5.11026. So the unit natin is kips per inches. Then dun sa old naman na K natin, no? So sa K old, ang mag-iiba lang class ito. So ang magiging PN lang natin dito ay 0.9 ata, 0.9 second. Ito po. So old, so yung PN natin is equals to 0.9. So 0.01165, again, kips, second squared, tama pala, over inches, tapos 2 pi over 0.9 seconds. Baka maging 5 yung basahin niya. Squared. So yung K old natin is equivalent sa, palitan na lang natin yung 0.3, no, ng 0.9. So 0. So aking calculator, 56781. So the unit is kip per inches. So pwede na natin to class makuha. Yung K new natin. O yung K natin. So yung K natin is equivalent sa, yung old is 5.11026 minus yung old natin is 0.56781. So yung K natin dito is 5.11026 minus 0.56781. So that is 4.54245. So kips per sound check inches. So ano pa yung kailangan natin? So may K na tayo, no? Yung D. Write ko lang ulit yan dito. So yung K natin, K na lang ilalagay ko. That is for a while. So again, K, that is dalawa na, this one, nakaligtaan ko. Dalawa tayo, no? So, i-multiply nyo lang sa dalawa. Kasi yung column pa rin yung considered natin. So, dalawa na D squared tapos EA over siya sa H squared plus D squared and then 3 halves. So, meron na tayong value ng K. So, yung K natin is ito po na nakuha natin, no? That is 4.54, 4.54, 245. 245, that is in the unit of kips per inch. So, yung D naman natin, itong D. So, ang D natin dito, class, ay sa definition natin kanina, that is yung pagitan, no? Tapos yung age, yung height. So, dito, yung D natin, ito siya, pagitan na to. So, that is 8. Itong 8 feet na to. Tapos yung age natin, yung 6. So, that is 8 feet. Yung age naman natin is 6 feet, no? Tapos area. So, yung area na tinutukoy yung rods, no? So, ang rods natin, yan. So, ang hinahanap sa atin, diameter. Kaya lang, meron kasi tayong, pwede na siguro kasi mababago naman yun, no? Capital D na lang yung gagamitin ko. So, area is pi over 4, tapos, di ba, D squared. Ganyan siya. So, mangyayari sa, ako na lang, dito na lang, pi r squared. I-times na lang natin sa 2 later. Okay, so pwede na nating ma-substitute, no? So, pag sinubstitute natin, so that will result, ang K natin is 4.54245 is equals to 2 times, ang D natin is 8, tapos squared. Ang E pala natin, E is 29,000 kips. So, 29,000 kips per inches. Inches ba siya? Inches, tapos may nakapit pala tayo. Inches squared. So, ito pala, convert pala natin to para hindi humaba. So, times 12 na lang, no? So, that is inches per feet. So, that is 8 times 12, 96 feet. 96 inches. Tapos, ganun din dito, times 12 inches per feet. So, that is 12 times 6, 72 inches. So, meron tayo ditong D is 96, no? Inches na yan. Tapos, over, ang age natin is 72 squared, plus ang D natin is 96 squared, tapos 3 halves. Tapos, yung area natin is pi r squared. So, R naman yung kailangan natin, class, di ba? So, itong R na to yung kailangan natin. So, i-manipulate lang natin yung equation. So, again, R squared. So, lagay ko lang dito yung R squared is equals to, so may iwan. So, ito ngayon tataas. So, 4.54245. Ito, angat natin to lahat. So, 72 squared plus 96 squared raised to 3 halves. Tapos, itong nasa taas, ibaba natin lahat, no? So, that is pi times 2 times 96 squared times 29,000. Tapos, naka-squared to, alisin natin yung squared. Palitan natin dito sa kabila ng square root para makuha natin yung radius. So, input sa calcu. So, square root of 4.54, 245, 72 squared, plus 96 squared, and then raised to 3 halves over pi over 2, and then 96 squared, and then 29,000. So on my calculator, that is 0.06. So 0.068 sound check. 37